Okay, today I want to discuss why I sleep on the floor and how it has changed my life. It has influenced my posture, it has realigned my spine, it has created a stronger bone density in my bones, it has given me more energy, it has made me more flexible, it has calmed my anxiety, it has literally helped me to dream and tap into the great spirit, to my higher self. Yes, floor sleeping has done all these things for me. And how I got into it was in 2012, I had a really bad CrossFit accident. I got into the cult. I was a diehard CrossFitter, very competitive spirit and personality. So I was deadlifting, going at a faster pace, and I ended up hurting my lower back, beginning at like my tailbone area. And then my whole back, like my whole spine just began to become very crippled. So at the age of 22, I literally felt like I was a 90-year-old woman. My posture was really bad, constant pain in my spine. I had crippling anxiety because of it. I had crippling depression. It got so bad to where I had low self-esteem, and I just hit this all-time low for me at a pretty young age. And this really woke me up. And not only was I in a really unhealthy relationship, but on top of my back injury, it really left me depleted mentally, spiritually, and physically. So I really wanted to die. I didn't want to live anymore. It was just too much for me to take on. And so I kind of hit this surrender moment where I was like, great spirit, either like take me away, end this pain, like let's just go, or help me to get out of this pain, out of this suffering. And I promise that I will do your work. I will be a vessel for you to run through so I can make an impact on the planet. And so within this vulnerable state, when you're vulnerable, when you're in a surrendered time, you're more receptive to information. So I was doing whatever I could at this point without going to Western medicine. I've never been one to run towards pills. I've never been one to run towards surgery. Even at this young age, that just never occurred to me. I did go to a chiropractor a few times and that just came back immediately. And so my natural thing to do was to go into more of a holistic approach. That's just always how I've been. It's always how my mind has worked. And so long story short, I'm at this point where I quit my job. I was doing hair, and I began to study our ancestors and how they slept, how they ate, how they moved, how their posture was, and getting back to our primal ancestry and our DNA and comparing them to nowadays. And so I was directed by the spirit through YouTube of floor sleeping. This guy that I found was talking about why he sleeps on the floor, and he gave me the science behind it, and more history of why our ancestors did it and why some cultures still do it, and that really intrigued me. And so I started sleeping on the floor, and I immediately noticed a difference. And ever since then, it's been since I started that in 2015. So I've been going at it for a long time, and I've noticed when I do sleep in beds again, I feel anxious. I do feel depressed. My body feels scattered. I don't feel connected. I don't feel grounded. My spine feels like it's just, my posture's becoming terrible. So I'm back on the floor. Welcome to my floor bed. I love my floor bed. So how I started was, I started on carpet, and I got a bunch of thick sleeping bags, and I just layered them. And maybe I even started with a little cushion. No, I think it was just a bunch of sleeping bags and carpet. And at first my body, like, oh, it kind of hurts my hips. Oh, it kind of hurts my shoulders. But with time, within like a week, maybe 2 weeks, but I think a week, I adjusted really quickly. And so I got to the point where I started to decrease the layers, and I got to the point where I could literally sleep on a rock. I remember in 2016, I went to Thailand with some friends, and we were in a situation in a hostel or like a hotel thing. We were on the PP Islands. And I slept on the floor. I literally had just a sheet on this tile floor, and I got to the point where I didn't even use a pillow, and I just slept like a baby on this tile floor. And so I'm going to give you, I'm not trying to brag or anything, I'm just saying, when you begin to floor sleep, because I guarantee if you are hurting in your mind, body, or spirit, and you want to feel better, the right people will choose to try this for at least a month. And then when you do try it, comment back and tell me how it goes, because I guarantee it will change and shift your life. Squirrel brain. And so I'm just saying there is a process to doing this. And even if we look at, I live with a 2-year-old, and he is going to bed in his crib, and he doesn't use a pillow. He's really just laying on this flat thing. It's super simple. And kids don't need pillows. And so why do we think that this comfortable thing is a benefit? Maybe comfort can actually stagnate and create stillness and create inflammation in the body, okay? So how it works and how I am getting all the benefits of flexibility, realigning my spine, releasing anxiety and depression, and connecting me with source is I'm going to give you kind of more of the science. So when we are on a cushion, when we are on a bed, it is not our skeletal system holding us up. It is our flesh. It is the meat. It is our muscles. And so if our muscles are holding us up, we're not aware of it, but the circulation is being cut off because the flesh is having to work. The flesh is tense. With tension, with the flesh having to work, it's never able to relax. Because if sleep time is restorative time, and we're not getting that restoration, it's like our body's never able to get that flow, that relaxation. And even if you're into yoga, or even if your back hurts, you feel inclined to lay down on a hard surface to relieve the pressure. Okay, so if yoga feels good on a firm mat and ground, and that's restorative, why aren't we doing this all the time? Why are we going back to a cushiony bed where we think it's comfortable, but you don't know if it's comfortable until you've tried the other side? And people think I'm so weird for this, but guess what? I'd rather be weird in a world that's suffering than conform and be suffering with them, So when you're on a hard surface, your skeletal system is holding you up. So your flesh, your muscles are finally able to relax. So it's like this, and then it's relaxed. And then your bones, your skeleton system is becoming stronger. When you're on the floor and you're sleeping, your joints are able to move, to be relaxed, to open up. And your hips are able to open up. The hips is where anxiety is stored. It is where the root chakra is, okay? So when we're able to find restoration and openness and mobility with our skeletal system and allow our muscles to be fully relaxed all night, that's a full 8 hours of total restoration and yoga. So you're creating more mobility, you're creating more blood flow, your heart doesn't have to work as hard, thus you're releasing anxiety. You're feeling more connected to your heart because there's more flow, there's more chi, there's more circulation. More circulation means more healing, more restoration, okay? So that's the science behind it. That's why the hard surface is so restorative. I have gotten way more mobile. And this is a process over time, but I guarantee if you try this for a month, your neck will be more aligned. I have been sleeping with pillows lately, and I noticed that my neck hurts, and so I've started sleeping without pillows again, and it feels so much better. Like I said, it's an adjustment. And so people are so wanting such quick fixes, fast food, fast dating, fast everything, but give this a try for at least a month. Give this a try for at least a month and then tell me how you feel. Like I said, it is start off with a little more cushion and then decline and then, adjust it to what feels good for you. But it will change your life in all ways, in the spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, all the things. So is there anything else I wanted to say about it? Yeah, let me give you a few quick tips. Just so your hips aren't collapsing in and you are hurting your knees, make sure you have a good solid pillow to put in between your legs and your knees, like this. It also helps to have a pillow to hug so your body is still in alignment, and that will help keep your body in alignment. And it's preferred that you sleep on your back. This is something I have not yet mastered, but maybe one day I will. So another thing too is when you are sleeping on a bed, since all your muscles are tight and it muscles are tight, it's being overworked, there's not a lot of circulation. It's more so like your body isn't fully connected. It's scattered. There's tension. So you think you're comfortable, but you're not. And so you wake up in stress because your muscles weren't able to relax, and then your posture becomes bad. You start to get compensation in your body of tightness. So then we start to get bad posture. And then we go to work, we drive in the car, and we keep that posture. So really, the fact that humans aren't really getting a lot of restoration unless you're going to yoga and getting on the floor, then of course, humans are going to start looking like primal, strong. My little 2-year-old guy, he walks around with such good posture, and he walks correctly. He moves his body correctly until we go through this program of just keeping our body in tension. No wonder people are literally like this all the time. So I wake up like a little kid. I wake up energized because there's the blood flow. I wake up excited. I still have mobility in my body. My joints aren't all cracky at everything that I do. I feel younger. I look younger. I sleep better. I get into REM quicker. I dream and I tap into source. I tap into spirit. So all in all, I see why the Japanese, the Indians, I see why our ancestors and people are still sleeping on the floor. It's because it will connect you and align you. It will connect you to your whole body. Your body won't feel scattered with tension. And so it's an illusion that comfort and the cushions are good for us, that it's actually enhancing us, when really the paradox is it's weakening us. It's keeping us in bad posture. Bad posture, bad mindset. The mind and body is connected. It is one. So when we are in bad posture, how can one feel confident? How can one feel ready to take on being a great mother, being a great CEO, being a great friend, being a great wife, like whatever it is? How can you feel good if you are not in restoration? And restoration, sleeping on a floor is a luxury to me because I am getting rest. I'm getting deep rest in all ways. And so I think it's really important that, okay, sure, people will think I'm weird, but I don't care what people think because they're suffering. Why would I care what people think when I don't align and I don't agree with the societal norms? I think if most people are doing it, it's concerning. I think if most people are doing it, it's something to be questioned. And so I will always question the norms. I will always figure things out myself. I will always go to my ancestry and see the old traditional ways. It has the secrets, it has the juice, it has the nectar, it has the gems, it has the treasures. And this is just in one way how our ancestors figured something out. They knew something. And imagine if we were all stepping into our power. Imagine if we were all stepping into our confidence. Imagine if we all woke up like a little kid and you just jump out of bed and you're mobile. You're feeling mobile. You're feeling refreshed and excited, and you wake up like a little kid. You don't have any more joint pains. Your spine is aligned again. You can hold yourself taller. You feel better. Imagine how that'll change the vibration in your home, in your community, at work, how you hold yourself, how you feel about yourself. Yes, floor sleeping can do all of this for you. So go ahead and try it. Try it for a month. Let me know how it goes. And yeah, I've been on this journey for 9 years. That is crazy. So I'm excited I can share this with you. Come and join the weirdos and feel good again. You deserve it. I love you.